Welcome back to Black Label Photography and Films, another episode of Cooking with KP. Today, chicken mango cream cheese parcels. This is a fantastic little recipe for a Sunday night meal, dinner party. Right, we need a baking tray, and we're going to need 2 sheets of baking paper. I'll show you why. There we go. We're going to set those aside somewhere else in the kitchen. We need 2 chopping boards. Again, I will show you why. We need Philadelphia cream cheese. Yes, use Philadelphia. I'm just using the spreadable tub stuff. You can use the block if you like. And we want to cut up 3-4 pieces of the cream cheese. I'm going to set that aside. Now we want some tinned mango. You can use fresh if you want. I just use tinned, straining all the juice out of it. And what we want to do is we want to cut these up into little manageable pieces. I initially cut this into 4. I could have got away with just cutting them in half. Anyway, do that. And we'll set those aside as well. Now we want our chicken breast. We want to cut this into around about thirds. I didn't quite get it that way, but just judge it. Yes, I wear the glove, helps me grip onto the slippery chicken breast. We get our filleting knife and we cut straight down the chicken breast like so. We want that to be around about that 5mm thick mark. And we go with our second piece. Now as you can see, I did mess this one up because of the tenderloin size, so I ended up with 2 smaller pieces. Don't worry, I'll show you how to get around that. So we've got our 3 pieces of chicken, all around about the same sort of density. And now what we're going to do, we're going to season them prior to putting them into the pastry. Make sure you can fold them over. Alright, here we go, white pepper. And after that, I just used a bit of sea salt. Okay, nice clean chopping board. And store-bought Filo pastry. It doesn't have to be fancy stuff. Don't have to try and make it yourself. Just buy it from the freezer, put it overnight in the refrigerator, and it will defrost perfectly. We have our Filo. We're putting that aside. Our first piece of pastry goes down. Then what we need to do is spray it with some canola oil or brush it with some melted butter. Your choice. I decided to try and be a bit healthier this time around. Put our second piece on top. Try and line them up. Doesn't have to be perfect. Again, spray it with canola oil or butter. We get our first piece of chicken. Now I'm going to use the 2 ones that I mucked up. We want to lay them down at the bottom, but in the centre of our sheets of Filo. Pulling in our mango, roughly in the centre. And you can see where I said I should have just cut this in half. My bad. We're going to put around about the same amount of cream cheese as we do have mango in the centre. Now what we can do is we can fold the chicken over on itself. And it's starting to look like a parcel already. Alright, we take our pastry, roll it over once, twice, bring it back towards us. I'm going to use a little bit more, again, butter or spray oil. Take our 2 edges, fold them over towards the centre. Again, a little bit more of our butter or canola oil, and we just roll it all the way to the end. And that's the first one done. Okay, rapid fire, Filo, spray oil, another sheet of Filo. Where's my chicken? I need my chicken. Come on, chicken, it's on. Now what we want is mango in the centre and our cream cheese. And again, try and make sure you've got the same amount of cream cheese as you do have to mango. And believe me, you don't have to make it look pretty on the inside. It's going to work. We fold our chicken over. Roll. Spray. Fold the edges into the centre again. Touch more spray oil. And now we can finish rolling it up. And that's it done. So I did say I was going to make 3, didn't I? But I don't want to bore you. Alright, so I said these are great for a dinner party. You can make them ahead of time. Keep them in the fridge. And when you're ready to cook, you can just take them straight out of the fridge and put them straight into the oven. They only take 35 to 40 minutes to cook at 180 degrees. So there we go. That's our last one. Alright, so what I'm going to do now, that second sheet of baking paper I have on the bottom, I'm going to pull out, put on top. I've already heated my oven to 180 degrees. Let's cook these little buggers. And with a miracle of time, they're done. If you've got a thermometer, stick it in the centre, 74, 75 degrees internal temperature, they will be perfectly cooked. Now, let's see what they look like on the inside. And this is the one that had the 2 little pieces of chicken. We cut through, wait for all this steam to come out. And look at that, cheesy and mango centre. It doesn't need any other sauce. Eat as is. Thank you for watching. Please share this video with your friends. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button. I'll catch you next time. And don't forget, I've got Filo spinach parcels coming up next.